Quack, quack.
You ask, I deliver. It might be a week late because I went to the emergency room, but that is neither here nor there. I'm perfectly fine. My body is perfectly fine. I think my mind a little short of fine, but that's okay. This is Singles Inferno Part 3. We're diving in. Chinese Singles Inferno Part 3.
Not really. Like single.
Okay, it's a show called Beauty and the Best. So they bring in the beauty, they're beautiful, and then they bring in the best. Now, the word the best is very vague. The best of what? I guess we're gonna find out in this episode. In episode 3, I will say this, they really bring the budget this episode. We got a new host. I swear this is a new host. It could be the same host. It could not be the same host.
The bald guy is gone?
It looks like a different host. I fear I do not know this man. I mean, the past, I don't know how many hours I've spent with this guy. I'm like, wait a minute. You look new to me. But he is sitting there on this couch with two girls that you will remember if you watched the last episode of Chinese Singles Inferno. We've got our fan favorite, Lulu. Lulu is the outgoing girl that just cannot seem to find love. She's perfectly fine. She's perfectly beautiful. Her personality is spectacular. She's honestly so good as a romantic partner that nobody wants to date her. She's had the shittiest luck in this entire... She's been on all 3 episodes and she just can't seem to catch a break. Then we got Denise. You remember Denise?
Red dress Denise.
No, that was Red Dress Nina.
Oh, okay.
Denise.
Which one is Denise again?
I mean, I feel like I watched Denise for like an hour and a half and I still don't know who Denise is. All I remember about Denise is that White Meat Robert, the only foreigner on the show, and he introduced himself as White Meat Robert. I'm not calling him White Meat Robert. He is white.
White Meat Robert's partner?
Yes.
Denise.
All I know about her is that she didn't really like White Meat Robert. And then all of a sudden, they're cooking dinner. He grabs a piece of filet mignon raw and he just slithers that shit down his esophagus. And then the next confessional that I get of Denise is her sitting there going, he's hot. He's gonna be mine. What a man. That's all I know about Denise. They almost kissed. They were both in love with each other. But then somehow at the end of the episode, they said, actually, we want to find love somewhere else. So they're both going to be on episode 3 as exes. It's going to get awkward. It's going to be 2 exes searching for love again. It's like speed dating on crack.
Wait, they just separated last episode and they already made a return?
They separated like 20 minutes ago.
They already returned?
Yeah, they just changed outfits. I was like 20 minutes ago.
What?
Yeah. Okay. And then, Lulu, she is suffering the plight of Lulu. I'm just going to run you through everything she's been through. So episode 1, Lulu comes in. She's so excited about what these men are going to look like. Lulu, she's great, yeah, but she still wants a hot man. Then in comes Zuzu. Zuzu is a dominant CEO man with this fixation on airline points. I don't know if he's been traumatized. I don't know what happened to him in his childhood that is associated with airline points, but this is the type of man that is going to drive an hour and a half outside the city in traffic because that one Target gives airline points when you buy bread. Bruh. He is that man, and he is so aggressively uncomfortable. That is who Lulu was stuck with. She was so freaked out. And then the next episode 2, she's like, I'm gonna find love. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna find me. In comes David, the man who turned cosplaying into what only a foreigner can assume as cultural appropriation. So these are the 2 girls left. She did kind of like this guy named Liam. Liam is Diet C-drama Liam. He looks like, you know, back in the day, YouTube was like big on those love skits. He looked like he would star in a YouTube love skit because he's tall. He's conventionally a little above average. But he just like doesn't hit the spot to be a K-drama oppa. He's definitely a small screen type of guy. Like, you know how they call TV small screen? This is iPad guy. Like, he's only fit for the iPad. Any screen bigger than that, you're like, I don't know about this one. That's Liam. They kind of had a thing briefly, but he left her to be with Red Dress Nina. And Lulu had that little meltdown where she's screaming, "You just want big boobs." And I can forgive Lulu for that because it's not her fault that she has really good spatial awareness. They were really big. They were projecting out of her body. And I too was staring through the screen, so I can only imagine. And clearly Liam was staring. He goes to Nina. He leaves Lulu to be with Nina. And as he's with Nina, he starts thinking, wait, I think I lost her. I think I lost the good one. So now episode 3 starts with Lulu and Liam both trying to think, are we trying to reunite? Are we trying to get together? But we got 2 new girls entering the villa. So we got Denise, we got Lulu, and we have 2 new girls. The 2 new girls are Yvonne. She looks like a sophisticated violin teacher. She's beautiful. She's got this short shoulder-length hair. She looks like she could, at any given point, balance a book on the top of her head while she's walking. She's just got impeccable posture.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what to say. She's just got some good posture.
Okay.
I just was noticing it. I'm like, I don't know. She seems like she was a ballerina or something. I don't know. It's the type of person that your mom would probably compare you to. Yeah. So I was a little butthurt about that. But she's actually a former Taiwanese member of a girl group.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you got Gina. Gina looks like a Girl Scout Gina, like a Girl Scout camp counselor. That's the vibe she gives me. She's like
youthful, energetic.
Yes, I feel like, think about going on a work trip and then you wake up 6 in the morning, you fucking hate your job, you go down to the hotel conference room, the coffee machine isn't even working, it's like the boxed coffee, you know, those boxed canisters, and then you gotta pour the coffee, and then the spout is always pouring coffee everywhere, and then you gotta clean it up because, I don't know, your boss is probably watching you, and then you're like, why am I, and then it's bitter, and it's just not great, and then all of the pastries, how do you get croissants wrong? How are the croissants not good? The croissants are stale, and then Gina comes down, good morning! And you're just like, I don't understand. Do we have the same job or not? Because why are you so happy? I don't get it. I think I might be Gina. I think I might be Gina. Okay, regardless, that's Gina.
Oh, man.
Now, am I Gina?
Man. No.
I'm not Gina.
No.
But I do love a good morning.
Yeah,
I do love a good morning.
It's all about that morning energy.
Yeah, I do love starting the morning with everybody get hyped for the day. Good morning. You know, I really don't like watching these shows because it feels like I'm introspecting too much. Okay, how am I Gina? Now, okay, you know how each time the guy walks in, they have to pick a girl that they want to partner with. And this time the guys are just going to they're just going to choose the girls based off the looks. The girls will leave something for the men. The 4 men are going to walk in. The girls are already in their rooms. And the guys are going to pick the room based off of whatever that episode entails. This episode, instead of leaving a double E cup bra just left on the coffee table after, like, I don't know, a binge party at a sorority, they simply decide, why don't we just let the guys choose based off the girls' looks? Girls, please draw yourself. They start drawing a portrait. You gotta highlight the features that the guys are gonna want because they're gonna choose based off of your portrait. So they draw their pictures, they get sent into their little rooms. Girl Scout Gina does, however, want to send a public message. She just lets it be known. She tells everybody, I just want a good one, like a tall one. They don't have to be good looking. Although, I do think I like ugly guys, but not too ugly. I don't know. You know, if he's too ugly, I can't really accept it. But if he's ugly, I'm okay with it. And then she goes up. And it's just like, Gina, what? Now the host brings in the guys, and dear friends, we meet again. We meet Liam and White Meat Robert. They're back. And then we get the 2 new guys. And I was really fingers crossed, like, we're going to turn a new stone. It seems like they have a higher budget for this episode. And the first man that walks in is Johnny. The way Johnny walks in, he's wearing a thin white shirt, a long black cardigan that is incredibly tight. This is my first impression, and I know as much as you know about Johnny, but this is my first impression. Johnny is not the hottest guy on the block. He's not a meathead. He's not fighting the invisible ops. I feel like this is how I describe Johnny. Let's say you're on a first date with Johnny. And this happens a lot in Korea. This doesn't really happen in the US because it's kind of weird. And I don't know why it's happening in Korea. But then you go to this like convention, a function, and all the boyfriends have a challenge. It's called Piggyback Your Girlfriend Challenge. They do this in Korea a lot. So the guys get up and you just piggyback the girlfriend. And you try to last as long as possible. And then the grand prize at the end, they win like a McDonald's gift card. It's a thing.
Wait, so all the girls get on the back of the guy?
Usually it's like the front. They carry them like a princess. Like you carry them to the room.
Princess carry.
Yes.
Yes. And then what? You just hold it?
Yeah.
For as long as you can?
Yeah. And that is called entertainment. And so I feel as if you're going to go with Johnny. I'm going to go with Johnny, right? And he's going to pick me up. And he's going to struggle to hold me. And we're going to be the first one on the ground. But he's going to make it like really dramatic. I'm going to be like, no, I don't think. Because I'm looking at Johnny's frame. I'm like, I don't think. But he's like, no, I really want to do this with you. And I'm like, are you sure? And then he pressures you into going up and doing it when you know it's not going to end well. And then in front of everybody, he's like sweating. And he's like, oh, you must have really had like a big dinner today. And you're like, now why would you say that? Why are you blaming me? And then he's just sweating. His knees are buckling. You can feel it. And you're like, Timber, we're going down. And then you just go down so dramatically, but he tries to hold on until the very last minute. And then now you're embarrassed. Now you're both in the car and now you're kind of mad at him, honestly. But then like, you keep asking yourself, do I have the right to be mad at him? I don't know. I just feel very embarrassed. That is Johnny. That's Johnny. I don't know how else to describe Johnny. That is him. He also looks like he's dusting the floors with his cardigan at Hogwarts. I feel like he's on the wrong show. And then we have Ben. I already don't like Ben. He has a shirt with Donald Trump like grimacing on his shirt.
Huh? Wait, is that a t-shirt?
It's a t-shirt and like 90% of it is Donald Trump's face.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. Wasn't this show from a long time ago?
This show was before the fucking show of America. Yeah.
This was maybe like the last, like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
I'm confused. Also, he walks like the Lego man. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. Okay. I'm not judging. I am judging. I just have questions. I think we should sit down and talk about these questions. Now, the four of them, they're sitting on the couch and they're presented with the four portraits. Immediately, C-Drama Liam and White Meat Robert are whispering to each other. It's like two kids in history class. They're like, which one should we not pick to repeat history? Like, we don't want the same people, right? Liam is like, no, I want Lulu. I want Lulu. And now the portraits are shown. And I will say, I've seen Lulu. Lulu is practically my best friend. She's practically my sister at this point. I know Denise. We're familiar. I don't know if we're friendly quite yet, but I know her. It's getting there. And I just met Yvonne and Gina. When these self-portraits are flipped over, suddenly I've never seen a single one of these women in my life. I've never even watched this show before. Who the fuck are these people? Oh, the first one has spider long eyelashes. It looks like Mrs. Potato Head. Okay, the second one is a little bit better, but not great. The third one looks like something my niece would draw. And then the last one is just like half the face. Where did the other half go? You're telling me you had enough time and attention to detail to draw your earring, but you couldn't draw the other half of your face? Johnny points at that picture. This is his genius observation. Wait, she only drew half. That's it. Those are like the first words I hear this man say. And I'm thinking, it's not good. This is not good. You know what this gives me? This gives me a whole day. I know some people, this is not me, okay? I have some PTSD or something about this, okay? This is like when shit's going down. You ever have those moments? Shit's going down in the house. Listen, let me explain. Sometimes we will have shit going down in our lives, okay? Everybody's running around with their chicken with their head cut off. Somehow somebody ends up in the emergency room. I see their partner. Okay, emergency room, that makes it sound like me. Somehow someone ends up in the emergency room and then someone next to us suddenly goes, wait, what happened to your eye? And it's just like,
yeah.
Where were you the last 12 hours? Like, where the fuck were you? Do you know who I'm talking about? Yeah. Okay. There are people like that. There are. And you just have to wonder. I mean, you're not even wondering. You're just confused.
Yeah, then. like, wait, I thought you were here.
Multiple times recently where like someone will be dramatically escorted to the hospital and then he'll be like, wait, where did they go? And it's just like, you didn't see the ambulance in the front.
Here's another funny thing. Just like last week, Andrew.
Yes.
You guys were talking about mots.
Wait, you guys are gonna die. No, you guys are gonna fucking die. Okay, so I'm always talking about mots, especially with Tiffany, because I'm like, Tiffany.
And your sister too.
Oh, yeah, and I was talking to my sister about mots. I'm like, okay, 언니, because I'm not as Korean as my sister. I'm like, 언니, if you see any news in Korea, like something's happening, you gotta let me know. I'm so curious. And I'm like, Tiffany, if you ever see them influencers doing those fucking crazy lives, how can you not tell me? Okay, I gotta share this with the world. And so we're always talking about mots this, mots that, mots this, mots that. And then Tiffany's always like, oh, I think that's a good mot. Oh my God, I've got to tell you something for a mot, blah, blah, blah. And then just months later, Andrew sits down and goes, okay, I didn't want to ask.
No, he literally just like in the midst of your conversation, he goes, hey, I know you guys say it a lot, but
what's mots?
And we're like, what the fuck? Were you not here this whole time?
He said, the first few times he felt dumb not knowing what a mots was. So he was like, I probably should know what that is. But then after the 200th time, it's like, you can't ask me what my name is all of a sudden. Like, I've seen you 200 times. I'm your child's godmother. How can you ask my name now? Yeah.
So he finally learned what mots is.
Yeah. So.
And what is mot?
Moral of the story.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that was his genius observation. He said, wait, she only drew half of it. Liam waves his hand in the air like he's smelling a big fart. And then he's like, not only that, but she's got short hair. So that's a no. Okay.
That's a no.
And now Ben is offended by the picture. He says, women who draw pictures like that, they scheme too much.
They what?
They scheme too much. Like she's doing too much.
What?
I don't know why he's offended by that. Like, why are you psychoanalyzing that picture right now? The rest of the guys, they go quiet. They look at Ben. They look at the art pieces. Now they go dead silent. At this point, none of the girls look pretty to them. The host is blinking. You guys have been staring at it for a really long time. Do you guys just want to like pick the portrait you want? So they all suddenly rush up and they start grabbing the portraits. Liam and Ben are grabbing the same one. This is like the random drawing that my niece could probably do. Liam is about to run off, but his pants are so tight. It's like cutting off his blood circulation. He's wearing super skinny jeans and then he doesn't run fast enough and the host snatches it from his hand and is like, there will be a game to decide the winner. 1 round of rock, paper, scissors. Liam, Ben, begin. Rock, paper, scissors. Before the last shoot is even out, Liam throws down a fist. He's already revealed what he's going to play.
Yeah.
He played too early. Timing is everything. In most things in life that have to do with romantic relationships, timing is everything. He came a little too soon. He put up a rock, okay? And then Ben sees the rock. Okay, he's got a 3-second delay.
No! Don't tell me! Don't tell me!
Rock,
don't tell me!
Paper, scissors, shoot! A scissor. Liam wins the portrait and Ben is stuck with half of the face. Half of a woman, really. Is it going to be the left side, the right side? We don't know. The girls are waiting for their partners to show up in their rooms. Lulu, our girl Lulu, she's about to melt into her bed. She's sitting there contemplating what crimes did she have to commit in her past life to be treated this way? To deserve the last 2 episodes of this show. First Zuzu, then David. Now what? She's hoping, fingers crossed, that C-drama Liam is going to walk in through the door and then she's going to find love. He looks directly into the camera at this point because she's very comfortable breaking the 4th wall. She says, I think Liam will choose me. There's a noise outside. Ooh, is he going to open the door by himself? The door opens and her mouth is agape. She is staring directly into the face of Donald Trump.
No! Ben?
Ben.
What does Ben look like, though?
Okay. Okay, this is the only way I can describe Ben. And I don't know why. Maybe I know a lot of Bens like this. And maybe 100 Bens exist and only 50 of them I know that are like this. Ben is the type of tall, kind of a larger man, right? He's got a very gummy smile. He wears glasses. He always has some sweat beads on his nose. But for some reason, his girlfriend is always hot. And I'm always a little confused. And I go, love is real, right? And then you see them interact and you're like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on. It's the type of, the girl is like really hot, really young. And then we'll be eating dinner together. And I'm like, oh, this is pleasant. Like we're on a double date. And then the girl would be like, yeah, but he's got to lose weight. And then she'll just like pat his big old belly. And I'm like, I don't know what to say. Like, that was really mean. But then she's laughing and then he's laughing. Am I allowed to laugh? Like, am I supposed to laugh to make it less awkward? But I felt like that was really rude. Do you see the vibe?
Kind of, yeah.
Do you see the picture?
Okay, yeah. I can see that.
That is Ben. Lulu doesn't like that look, apparently. Lulu's like, I'm not trying to be your hot girlfriend that Stephanie always sees you with, okay? No, I'm not doing that. Hello. The producers also, they up their budget. They hire an editing team. And for some reason, they edit a lightning bolt that comes in and strikes Lulu down at this exact moment. And that must be how she feels. Her eyes are staring at Ben, this apparatus at the door. Hello. Okay. Hi. Ben sits in the confessional. When I open that door, it's actually much better than I expected. It's the half portrait. That's what Lulu drew.
Oh, Lulu.
Lulu's in the confessional. Again, it's the same person. Again, 1, 2, 3 episodes, same person, different body. Again. Why? Instead of asking Ben about himself, because she's 3 episodes in deep at this point, she knows the drill. She just asked, did no one choose me? No one did at the time. I didn't choose you at first sight either. She laughs in his face. A solid, ha! Ben laughs with her. He leans from right leg to left leg, and he fucking farts.
Wait, he actually farted?
Yeah, he farted.
Wait. They didn't even cut that out?
No. And Lulu looks directly at the camera. It's really smelly, I'm about to break down.
No. Wait, in front of him?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, shit.
And so Lulu asks Ben to put his shoes away because I don't know, maybe they're stinking too. At this point, netizens are wondering online on Chinese social media if he's just a walking biohazard, which is really mean, okay? But he's kind of mean. I can only say this in hindsight because I feel like all these guys, listen, who cares about conventional attractiveness? I don't know. I feel like most girls I know, nobody really cares about conventional attractiveness. When you have a guy that just treats women so nicely and is funny, I don't think anybody cares. I could date a rock with that personality, okay? But it's also like when they're just got such stinky personalities, you can't not make fun of their farts. Am I allowed to do this? Am I allowed?
Yeah, if he's shitty,
yeah, he's kind of a shitty guy.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get there. So then Lulu starts grilling him with questions and she says, what kind of girls do you like? Please say it's not me. I'm the type who cares about face and not boobs.
What the hell?
Lulu is like, what kind of... She breaks the fourth wall again and she looks directly into our souls and she's like, are you seeing this shit? But Ben continues. Let me tell you, after all, I have seen so many foreign beauties. I've seen a lot of people in my days. I've seen like maybe 50, 60. I've watched so many Japanese movies, all the same. You know what I mean? I've met so many girls. I will say out of all the girls I've met, maybe there's 2 or 3 prettier than you. But most of them don't really impress me. Lulu's looking at him.
What?
He's looking at Lulu. He thinks, this is it. We might kiss. Lulu is thinking about how many nights she's wasted on this show. The silence is silencing until another bloop. Ben looks at Lulu. I'm sorry. I farted. Lulu turns and looks directly into the camera. Meanwhile, in the hallway, C-drama Liam is also looking into the camera. He too has a habit of breaking the fourth wall, but the way Lulu does it, I feel like she and I have a connection. She's looking at me. I'm telepathically communicating to her. She's telling me through her eyes something, right? Liam looks into the camera, breaking the fourth wall. There's nothing behind those little eyes of his. He's just winking at himself. Pretty sure he thinks the camera lens is a mirror. He's not really winking at me or you. He's winking at future Liam. From current Liam to future Liam. You're looking good, Liam. Keep up the good work, Liam. Bite that lip a little more, Liam. And then he gets in front of the door and he says, I came here for Lulu. I really hope to be in the same room as her. Because remember, he played rock, paper, scissors, shoot for this portrait and he won.
Yeah.
He knocks on the door. Girl Scout Gina opens and he is thin mints right now. She's very excited. She immediately starts asking Malta, hi, can I ask you, the last episode, did you have a crush on any of the girls? Yes, there is one. I know which one I think. Is it Lulu? How did you know? Because I feel like you like the very lively type of girl. And this is where I'm the moment where I'm like, you know what, Liam? Maybe true love does exist. You mentioned Lulu. Go get your girl. Get a cabin in the woods. Have 3 babies. Live happily ever after. You deserve it. Lulu is also in her room in front of Ben thinking about Lulu. Or thinking about Ben. Or thinking about Liam. She's thinking so hard. She's thinking so deeply. She feels like she can practically hear Liam. Like, remember how he serenaded her and he sang on his guitar? But she's not hallucinating.
Why?
Because Ben looks at her. Wait, do you hear something?
No.
Because the motherfucker is singing on his guitar to Girl Scout Gina. He takes this guitar with him everywhere. One day, his future wife is going to be giving birth, and he's just going to whip out this guitar, and at that point, his future wife is going to lose it. She's going to be on that hospital bed. She's going to be contracting. The nurse is holding her other hand, and she's going to say, look at me. Look at me right now. Put the fucking guitar down. That's going to be his future wife.
Wait, is the guitar loud?
Yeah.
And what's Lulu's,
She looks pissed. Okay. Meanwhile, Ben, oblivious Ben, he leans back on the floor. I feel like I hear singing from somewhere. You hear this singing too, right? Is this someone singing? Sounds like they're pretty good at singing. Is that a guitar?
Oh, shit.
Next door, we got Denise. She's in her room telling the very confused producers, yeah, I think I really want Robert to walk in the door. What? You just said no to him 20 minutes ago. What do you mean?
Yeah.
The door opens and in walks Johnny. He looks like he's moving into a dorm room. He looks lost. Like, am I in the right hall? He's holding approximately 130 bags. Denise is also looking at him like, why did you bring so much? How tall are you? I'm 5'9". Ugh, I feel so tall.
What?
She's a little taller than him, it looks like. Oh. When Johnny sits down, he seems normal enough, but Denise doesn't care. She just wants to know everything, okay? I really want to know who everybody chose. How many can you remember? I remember the new guy that came with me. He chose the one that was half painted. Okay, so the new guy chose Lulu. Yeah, and then that, the one foreigner, he chose the one with the short hair. Denise rolls her eyes. She's like, what the fuck? Why does he always go? It's like, he doesn't even care. How could he not choose me? How did he not know that's me? She's upset. Back to Robert. White meat Robert walks into the room, and obviously, the only option left is Yvonne. So he walks into Yvonne's room. He's very impressed. He's smiling. Hello. Hi, how are you? I'm Robert. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Yvonne says, I mean, he's handsome. He looks good. Well, I guess it's not that bad. And she mentions, yeah, we got the smallest room, so there's not even a door to the restroom. Robert looks at her, looks at the restroom, and says, oh, that's good. You can look at me and enjoy then. Yvonne is so flabbergasted, okay? Yvonne seems like the type, if you pick her up for a first date and you don't open the passenger seat door for her, she's not stuck up. But she's just like the type with high standards is how I feel. You don't open the passenger seat door, she might be like, oh, That's weird. My dad always opens the door for me like that. Like, that's the vibe she gives me. And he's like, you can look at me butt ass naked today, taking a shower, soap buds going in my crack. And she's like, that is heinous. Why would you say something like that? And she's like, why would I be looking at you? Stop acting. What? I know you want to look at me. She looks so grossed out. She tells the confessional later, I mean, I just don't see it. I don't really like this kind of guy. Later, they find a Polaroid camera and Robert wants to take pictures with her. And he's like, we got to take a photo as a souvenir. It's the first day of the maid room. And he keeps trying to put his arms around her. She's not having it. And she keeps saying, you're too direct. I'm not comfortable. And then he's trying so hard to run through all the pickup lines. He's speed running it. Which one do you like best for our wedding? Our wedding? Yeah, what do you want for our wedding? What are we going to use on our wedding day?
Wait, so is Robert like super into her? Is that why he's acting this way? Or he's just like being a sleazeball?
I feel like Robert is the type to flirt with his own dad. Like, I feel like he's just a sleazeball to everybody.
Right, okay. So it's not necessarily he's into her.
He doesn't look into anybody.
He thinks he's just like so funny, so hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When did I say that there was going to be a wedding day? Well, when the show is over. We just met. No. We've known each other for 27 minutes. I think you're going to scare a lot of people like this. Fine. Okay, no marriage. Now it's time for dinner. Okay, for Robert is mentally trying on tuxedos for his own wedding that he hasn't found a willing bride to yet. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Denise is thinking about Robert. Robert is thinking about Robert. Lulu's thinking about Liam. Liam is thinking about Lulu. That's all we have.
Is thinking about Lulu.
Yes, okay, he is. So they all show up to the kitchen. It's awkward. They sit around. They introduce themselves. And somehow the conversation turns to both Liam and Lulu. How they were coupled up in the last episode. And everyone was asking, why didn't it work? Liam is just like, I'm too ugly. She doesn't like me. So this is the whole dinner. And Johnny, however, is just trying to partner with Lulu. Johnny's interested in Lulu. And he says, I do think Liam and Lulu are a good match, I think he's very talented. They said he could cook, he can sing, he can play the guitar, he knows how to dance, he knows everything. And you know what? It pisses me off. It arouses my jealousy. So he says, I can read people's futures. You know that?
Oh, okay.
And Lulu's like, really? Can you read my future? And he said, what do you want to ask? I don't know. Love, career, everything. He pulls out a deck of cards. He starts reading. He says, wow, I see your future. There's some good seeds in this one. You will soon say goodbye to some people you used to be with. You must say goodbye. Okay, Johnny Potter. He's biased. I'm not mad at it. He's trying to work his magic wand. He's got to do what he's got to do. But it is a lot. Meanwhile, during dinner, he's just staring at Lulu. Yvonne is interested in Johnny. And all of these people are confusing to me. They're so confusing. Yvonne is honestly the only one that treats this show nicely. She's like, I do think Johnny is really easy to get along with. He seems like the happiest one in the group. He makes jokes and stuff. So I think he's funny. During the dinner, Robert ignores Denise. Ignores Yvonne, the woman he proposed to 10 minutes ago, and across the entire length of the dinner table says with food hanging out of his mouth, your name's Gina, right? Yeah? Where are you from? I study in Hangzhou. You study in Hangzhou? Can you imagine what my major is? Can you guess? It doesn't exist in foreign countries because I know foreign universities don't offer this major. What is it? I major in broadcasting and hosting in Chinese and English broadcasting. Okay, I feel like broadcasting and hosting do exist, but that's okay, Gina. That's okay, Gina. Now, Denise is chomping at her food, very pissed off. What the heck? I'm trying to get with Robert, and Robert's trying to get with Girl Scout Gina, and I'm very annoyed. So the next part of the activity is that all of them are going to go into this tiny telephone booth, and I feel like this activity was made with the sole purpose of they booked an Airbnb with this random telephone booth outside, those British telephone booths, as a prop. As a design element. And they were like, how do we spend no money and make an episode for this show? We're going to use that prop. So the guys are going to pick someone. It cannot be their partner. They got to pick someone who is not their partner to spend 3 minutes in the telephone booth with. It's a tiny, cramped telephone booth. So the first one to go is Johnny. And he says, it's very hard to pick, but he decides.
Lulu.
How'd you know? He points at Lulu.
Yeah, he likes
Lulu. The future, yeah. So in the telephone booth, they give me the energy like it's not uncomfortable. It's just a married couple that don't really like each other is the vibe. Or at least that's the vibe Lulu's giving. And so they just kind of have this like weird energy. Lulu is not talking. She's just like, I don't want to talk to you. And it's very resistant. They leave the telephone booth. Then the next person comes in. Robert chooses Girl Scout Gina. And Denise says, in that moment, I thought, my guess was right. Men are all fickle. Men are all shit. She's having it. She's going through the low, okay? And they get up inside that booth, and Robert is just like, I just want to get to know you. I didn't hear you much when you speak. Listen, I don't have requirements for boys, not many. They need to be tall. And then I looked at Robert's height, and I thought, okay, he's quite tall. And he said, but you're partnered with Yvonne, and she's from Taiwan. You know, people from Taiwan are very traditional. Robert says she is quite traditional. She has that Taiwanese style. I don't know what this means. I feel like the context went over my head. Yeah, Gina later says, at first I thought Robert was cheesy. I felt like he was a bit messy. He always makes those eyes, you know? But after entering the booth, I thought, he's actually not that bad. Now for Liam, he obviously chooses Lulu, and they go into that booth together, and I was thinking, the sparks are gonna fly. And it is kind of tension-y. She's so shy, she can't even look at him. She will not turn around. She has her back to him the entire time.
What?
Like, I want to say 2 minutes and 15 seconds are of him going, can you please turn around? Can you please turn around? And she's like, I can't. I'm embarrassed. I'm so shy. I can't do this right now. And then their time is up. That's it. They don't talk about anything.
Whoa.
Meanwhile, Ben, he's doing the most. He turns and he looks at each one of the girls who are all sitting there trying not to make eye contact because they don't want to go in that booth with Ben. And Ben says, do you feel the energy in your body like it's exploding right now?
To all of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, who's excited to go in there with Daddy?
Everyone's adrenaline must be pumping. And everyone's like, yeah, we're terrified. I'm scared. Ultimately, he chooses Yvonne because, and listen, I think this is enough for us to be able to shit talk Ben. Her quote, her temperament, she makes me feel intellectual.
Her temperament? What?
Yeah. They're talking about girls like we're dogs. Meanwhile, Yvonne just says, I just had to accept my fate. They get in there. Ben is trying to hit on her. And he's like, you remind me of someone I know. Meanwhile, Yvonne is sneaking open the door and then taking breaths of air. She says, can I just say something? Our heights, I was below him. This is in the confessional. I was right below his nostrils. I feel like he was full of breath, and I felt like the breath was coming from his stomach, just constantly blowing out. It was very painful for me to breathe. It was a very bad scent. I endured it for 3 minutes. I just kept trying to bow my head to breathe. It was really rough. With that, the night is over. Liam goes back to his room singing, which is a sign he wants Lulu to come over. I'm like, where the hell is Gina? Why does this feel like we're cheating on Gina? I mean, that's clearly neither here nor there, but this is Lulu's love story. She goes to Liam, and immediately he opens the door and he's like, did you miss me? Competition's tomorrow. I can win first place. And it's like this really weird energy in the room. Like, I don't know how to describe this energy. It was making me very uncomfortable though.
What do you mean?
Like, I love Lulu, but it was making me very uncomfortable.
Wait, what do you mean?
It's just like, felt like an affair. It's the way they were talking. It was very affair-y, you know? And then he's like trying to put his arm up against the wall and sandwich her there. And then she keeps turning around to face the wall like she's in timeout because she's so shy. She's like, I can't look at you. And then she's like pacing the room. And then he's all like, I can win first place. Who do you want me to choose if I win first place? And it's like, why are you asking the question, you dumbass? Okay.
Tell me you want me too, baby girl.
Yeah, but then Lulu is not even having a back and forth conversation with him. She's meanwhile pacing this room going, I'm a cool girl. Like, I'm a cool girl. I'm a cool girl. Why am I suddenly so shy? I'm usually so cool.
She's voicing it out loud?
Yeah.
In front of him?
Yeah, and he's just like, who you want me to choose, baby?
They're both like living in a...
Yeah, he's living in his... Who do you want me to choose, baby girl? And then she's like, no, I'm so cool. What's wrong with me? Okay. Get it together, Lulu. I'm so cool. I'm very confident. Yes, a manifestation. It's like two very different energies. very different energies. And then he's like, you shouldn't be so shy, baby girl. I will choose you. I'm going to win first place and I'm going to check on you and you can also check in on me. And he tries to corner her again and she's so shy she won't even. Okay, so then he pulls out his very oiled, very used, very long, very stiff guitar and sings like, I think he's trying to make the fucking OST, the soundtrack for this fucking season of this reality show by scratch. Like he's just singing again. Meanwhile, Lulu, she can't even sit still. She's fixing her face. She's fanning her face. She's touching her hair, putting it into a pony with her hand. And then she's like, obviously it's not feasible for me to hold this for this long. So then she puts it down and then she's fanning her face again. And then she keeps hiding her face in her hands. And he's like deep in a verse when the door opens and Gina walks in. And Gina's like, now, what the hell is this?
What's going on?
You guys are chatting. Liam tries to change the subject. He throws his guitar. He runs to the mirror and he says, I think I'm really getting fat. My face is so swollen. Huh? Oh. And both the girls look at him like, wait, what is happening right now?
No freaking way.
Yeah. And then Lulu runs out. Gina acts like nothing happened. Meanwhile, in Denise's room, Denise is on the bed. Johnny Potter's on the floor. Kind of like older sister, younger brother relationship. And then White Meat Robert and Yvonne. White Meat Robert is like, so tonight, do you want me to be Big Spoon or you wanna... Yvonne is like, what do you mean? You're sleeping on the floor. We're not gonna have any sort of spooning. We're not gonna touch each other. We're not touching each other. Yeah, I mean, fine. I think you can control yourself. What are you saying? It's not, I'm the girl. I'm the one that's worried. What are you worried about? She ultimately kicks him out to the sofa because this is getting so ridiculous. The very next day, everyone gets thrown onto a bus and they are taken for a ride where they play Truth or Dare. This is like the first dare. It's Girl Scout Gina who requests Johnny Potter to act like he's in a relationship with Yvonne.
Johnny Potter from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I just realized that. Why do you keep calling him Johnny Potter? Okay, got it.
Wait, this is giving, what is mots again?
I'm like, who's Johnny Potter?
Wait, normally you're so fast at picking up what I'm putting down. What was that?
Okay.
It's because he hurt his back recently.
Yeah, well, I gotta pee real quick.
And on this very short bus ride, somehow Johnny and Yvonne decide that they're into each other. They like each other. So Johnny gives up on Lulu, and now he's into Yvonne. And once the bus parks, here is the challenge. Remember how they were chased by like a canine dog at one point?
Yeah.
Then they were like doing some weird pool challenges. This time, it's like, you know that show American Ninja Warrior where they have to go through the entire obstacle course that's on a giant pool, and it's like inflatable boats with like the rings that are swinging, and they got to jump from one floaty to the next floaty, and it's like, it just sounds like something someone with weak knees should never attempt. I have weak knees. Mm-hmm. Now, they have to go through this obstacle course, and the person that can finish the obstacle course at the fastest speed with only falling in 3 times is going to be first place. So then they start the obstacle course. The first person to go is Robert. Robert speeds this entire obstacle course. He goes from start to finish without falling in even a single time. Yeah. There's not much to say about him. The next up is Johnny. Johnny says, I didn't know what to do. I was so nervous. Okay, so now he's gonna climb up this giant inflatable like float. And then from there, he has to hang onto a rope and then use this rope to Tarzan through. There's like this rotating thing that's going to hit him. If it hits him, he's going to fall into the water. So he's got to get that rope and then swing to the other side across from this rotating thing. And he just doesn't know how he's going to do it. And then once he gets there, that's just step 1 of the obstacle course. You know what Johnny says? Even climbing up the stairs for this, I felt like that was the entire obstacle course. I felt like that was already too difficult. So then he hangs onto the rope and he swings, and anticlimactically he lands on the foam thing. But it's like not done well. It's honestly pure luck. If I ever seen luck, it's this. Okay, then he goes to the next part. It's like these tiny little floats, like skinny, long hallway floats. And in them, there's these spinning rings. The rings spin, but the the center of the ring is empty. So you got to aim it. So you walk in through the centers of the ring, but the rings are not spinning at the same speed and like the same direction. So you got to time all three. And then you got to jump to the next one before you get booped by the ring behind you. So it's a lot of timing. He goes to the first ring and boop, he falls in. Then he goes to the second ring. He falls in again. And now he's got one more chance to fall in. So he speed runs the foam rings. And by the grace of whoever is watching this, Poseidon, I don't know, the gods of water, he gets through the spinning rings and then he jumps onto the next platform. But I guess he wasn't ready. Nobody was ready. That entire platform vibrates. So now he's just vibrating on this platform, trying to hold on for dear life. And he thought the only way to stay on is to lay flat on his back, use his nails to dig onto the side of the inflatable platform that is now vibrating. And he's just vibrating so hard that his back is lifting off the platform, landing back down. And I just know his skull.
Flopping on the phone. Okay.
And I just know his skull is like about to hammer into the sides of his head. It looks like it would give me a headache. Yeah, it looks bad.
So how does he get up?
He said, I'm going to die. He said, I'm going to die. Now, Yvonne is really sweet. She's watching. I feel so bad for him. I really want him to go through it smoothly and not get hurt. So I really want to cheer him on. And during the process, she just states she wants to cry. And Johnny says, this is a voiceover. They do voiceovers now. He said, the truth is I haven't exercised in 5 years. Yeah. So I'm just holding on for dear life. I was a very unconfident person. Okay, just think about this. The producers are playing coming of age music, sad music. And then you have his voiceover. However, the only visual you get is it like bouncing on this platform in slow motion, different angles, just bouncing, okay?
Bouncing.
Yes, and he says, because I'm a very unconfident person, when I was in middle school, I didn't have friends. And I would sit there and all the girls would just look at me and they would think, you're not athletic enough. So at the time, I didn't even dare to think about talking to girls. I always felt like I was going to hold myself back. Others always thought that I was just a loser. But somehow he gets up, he balances on his 2 feet, he jumps to the next vibrating platform, he leaps in the air and lands, boom, in the middle of another platform. He falls to his knees because this one's not vibrating. That means he's gone through that challenge. He falls to his knees. Slowly, heroically, he lifts up and boop, he pops up 2 peace signs. I'm like, Johnny, what are you doing? What are you doing, Johnny? This is crazy. Yvonne is clapping from the side. Honestly, I love Yvonne. She's so pure the entire episode. She's saying things like, I felt like his face was very serious, but inside his heart, I felt like he was very scared, and that made me worried for him.
Aww.
Yeah. So he finally gets to the very top where he has to climb up a slippery staircase where there's just a waterfall pouring down on him, threatening his grip every 2 seconds. But he gets through it. Then in comes Ben. He's determined. And he sounds like he's strategizing like a military takeover and not a date. He says, I'm doing this for my choice. In this way, I'm going to choose Gina. She's my ideal. I'm not going to give up. We see Ben crawling through the obstacle course. He doesn't even start the challenge. He's climbing and heavy breathing. He can't do this, okay? He says, when I stood at that second level, the starting point, I was like, I might as well just sink down into the water at this point.
He's worse than Johnny?
Worse than Johnny.
Oh, damn.
So he said, yeah, so I decided to give up the first level. So then he goes on to the second level, where it's the rings that spin, you know? And then the ring turns in a circle. Instantly, Ben falls over. It's like, you know when you watch someone do something, you're like, I feel like you weren't trying. I feel like he really wasn't trying, you know? And he did not mention having any physical things that were preventing him from trying. Like, it was very anticlimactic. He just kind of walked into it.
Oh.
You know, it's like walking into a closed door where you're like, I feel like you could have tried to open it first, maybe. I don't know. So then he does it again, and he just like, bloop, falls into the water, and then bloop, falls into the water. It's to the point that everyone is very confused watching him. They're like, I don't understand what's going on. I mean, what is happening? But Ben says, the difficulty was beyond my expectations. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. I felt like I was getting cut up like tofu. Everyone's like, I don't know. This is weird. And then the last person to go up is C-drama Liam. Remember yesterday? He was all like,
I'm gonna win it for you.
Who should I choose, baby girl? Right? He walks up there, like the doors are about to open, and he's about to do that boxing walk, you know, with the music blasting in his ears. That's what he looks like. I don't know why he's wearing a Captain America, like, wetsuit. But he is.
Wetsuit, okay.
It's like overly tight.
Oh, okay.
To which Lulu is fully confident. She says Liam's nature is not to lose in any aspect, so I really want him to win. He goes up this and he swings past the revolving paddles. He makes it to the rings. He makes it past the first ring. Then he makes it past the second, and then bloop, gets blopped into the water. Lulu is rethinking her decision on men, okay? So then he does it over and over again, and then finally, he loses the challenge.
Oh, he didn't make it through.
He didn't make it to the end. He is in third place.
Oh, wow.
He's not first place. It's third place.
Who's the first place?
So
Robert.
we got White Meat Robert.
Was
Second
Robert
place.
like really effortless through?
Yeah.
He's just like bloop, 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 bloop.
Yes.
And he's done.
So I think everyone else went in thinking like, this is easy. You know when you watch people do like things very easily? Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Have you ever watched like I was thinking about this. Okay. I was thinking about this. I did see like one specific F1 race, and I'm sure it's like a very specific F1 track where I had a split second and I thought, but then I realized if I get in a car that doesn't have like the backup sensor when I'm parking, I can't park the car. The car is going to be parked in a direction that does not exist. The car is going to be parked on top of your car. Like, it's not going to work out for me. So I was like, okay, maybe. So I think everybody had that feeling with this. Now, second place is Johnny Potter. Third place is Liam. And fourth place is Ben. So now they're going to stand and choose behind the girl that they want to switch partners with tonight. Mm-hmm. It's going to be the last one goes first. And then the person above them can override their decision at any time.
Yeah, okay.
So the first person that goes is Ben. And Gina is trying so hard not to make any eye contact with him, but he doesn't care. He walks over, stands right behind Gina, and Gina starts ranting, farting while talking. He picked his nose at the dinner table. The other day when he was going down the stairs, his pants fell down. I saw half of his butt.
What? What?
The next person is Liam. Lulu is confident. Liam stands behind Lulu and they're like, yes, we're gonna get our chance at love. The next we have Johnny Potter. Johnny Potter stands behind Yvonne. And so now the only person left is White Meat Robert and Denise. Remember Denise?
She's smiling.
So yes, he's about to go stand and he walks right behind Liam.
He goes for Lulu now? Literally, why?
He goes for Lulu!
Does he even care? Did he even talk to Lulu?
Lulu is so confused. Lulu turns around.
Bro, he's just trying to fuck shit up.
And she says, this is so cruel. Why me? Robert says, are you not happy? And he tries to explain, look, I haven't had a chance to deeply get to know one female guest, which is Lulu. So I'm giving the last chance to Lulu. Lulu's like, I don't want your fucking chance. What the hell is this?
So where did Liam go? Liam goes to
Denise.
Okay. Damn. This show is like brutal.
Yeah. Then later he just tells Lulu, I've always wanted to choose you since the very first time I came. And he's like, she's like, you chose Denise the last episode, right? Yeah, I was torn between Denise and you. And to be honest with you, the reason that I didn't choose you is because, guys, I fucking hate him. He says, I thought you were fat. But it was just like the dress you were wearing made you look fat. So I'm really sorry. But I guess if you didn't wear that dress, we would have had different results, wouldn't we?
That is fucking insane.
And he says it like he's winning her over. And she's looking at him like, what is happening right now? Like, he's worse than Ben. He's so much worse than Ben. Like, bring Ben back. Ben's a little weird. He's a little gassy. But maybe he has gastrointestinal problems. I get gassy too sometimes. When I'm nervous, when I'm nervy, I get a little tooty. So maybe he's just a little nervy, you know? What the hell, Liam? No, Robert. And you know what? Maybe Ben is nice. Maybe we can bring back Ben. Okay, he did talk about girls a little bit weird. He did say some other comments that I didn't include. However, Gina's got her sleep mask on, and compared to Robert, who just called Lulu fat, you know, Ben is trying to make small talk. He's like, when you were young, have you ever eaten something that really impressed you? So near the university in my hometown, there was like this Sichuan snack street at the time, and they expanded it. It's like the same size as the villa that we live in right now because it was that good. And the people there, they're all from Sichuan. So I'm used to eating like really spicy food since I was a kid. And as he's talking, the camera pans to Gina, who is wearing an eye mask and is in REM sleep. Yeah, no, she's like in deep sleep. There's no waking her up. She's in REM. Yeah, it's crazy.
What's going on? Like, he just want to talk? Like,
yeah.
And he's not realizing that.
She's like practically snoring at this point.
Damn.
I don't know what to do. So finally, we get to the end of the episode where they choose partners. And first up are Liam and Denise. They go up and they both press the button. No. Up next is Lulu and Robert. They both press no.
Oh, it's flashing. Lulu? Are you here?
Lulu, I'm scared. Oh, she's so nice. She cares about my feelings. Okay, then we got Lulu and Robert. They both press no. Then we got Johnny Potter and Yvonne. Johnny Potter presses yes and Yvonne presses no. And then Yvonne starts bursting into tears, to which Johnny tells her, don't cry. It doesn't matter if you don't like me. You know, I want to protect you until you need help, and we can always be friends.
What is going on?
And then next up is Ben and Gina. Ben presses yes. Gina presses no. No. But before the ceremony is over, Liam says, wait.
Uh-oh.
He tells the host, wait.
And he pull out a guitar.
I haven't reached a match, but I have someone I want to match with. Is there any possibility that I can invite that person to the podium to make a choice? The host is so confused. Let me ask my boss.
No way.
They're like, I gotta ask the director. So they leave. He comes back. After the discussion with the director, we do hope that true love will be born on this show. You can't even keep a straight face, you liar. Okay? So there is such an opportunity, but if you have the courage to choose, you must have the courage to bear the consequences. If the other person doesn't agree with you, you will leave immediately and leave alone.
Oh.
Okay. Lulu, I choose you. Lulu walks up to the podium and he says, Lulu, I hope there is only you in the world. I want to tell the world that only you exist and nothing else. Also, they've known each other for like 4 business days. Just keep that in mind. Whatever. You know, I also am very fickle with my emotions. Like, I go through fixations too. Sometimes I'm fucking obsessed with blueberry pancakes and I'm like, I don't understand how I ever ate anything else for breakfast. And then 2 days later, I'm like, I want to throw up at the sight of blueberry pancakes. So 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God. Lulu says no?
They both vote yes. And they hug and they're allowed to walk off holding hands.
Like out of the show?
Yes!
Oh my God, Lulu's out?
Yes!
What?
So now they're gonna go be together. Probably not.
Oh my God.
So Lulu and Liam, they finally find love.
Wow.
And the rest of these losers are probably gonna get go. No, I just rebooted.
What the?
The rest of these losers are probably gonna get kicked out. Guys, I'm so sleep deprived also. Like, I haven't slept in so long. Okay, so all these losers are gonna get kicked out, apparently. That's what they said. And I don't mean losers. I really like Yvonne. I think Gina's okay. She said some mean stuff about Ben. Was it warranted. I don't know. Okay. Denise is, I don't know. But all of them are going to get kicked out, I think. Tiffany was like, I'm pretty sure it's a full new cast. And Lulu makes a comeback. And it's like really weird. And I was like,
Tiffany say apparently it gets crazy the next one.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. But.
So what happened is like she just kept watching and watching and watching. And then now I'm like, I think that's enough, right? And then she's like, no, you gotta watch the next one. It gets crazier. So she said, this is where everything gets so unhinged. Like, this is what the show is known for. It's not even the first 3 episodes. Episode 4 is like where it gets crazy. So please let me know if you would like an episode 4. Or I was also thinking, there's this reality show that I've been really hooked on. I can't even tell you about the premise. The premise is illegal. But let me know if you guys want more of these Chinese shows. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.
Quack quack.
Do you guys remember the Carla Panini case?
Oh yeah, you have a whole TikTok about.
La muchacha esa, la coreana, dice bastante cosas que ni son ciertas.
I'm so traumatized about this case, okay? The story goes like this, if you guys are not caught up. Carla Luna, who we're gonna just call Luna, and Carla Panini are best friends. They're also co-stars on this big comedy show in Mexico. And in 2010, Luna gets diagnosed with cervical cancer. She is leaning on her husband, on her best friend, Panini, not knowing that her husband is cheating on her with Panini while she's getting treated for cancer. The worst part is, if you can even believe it gets worse, it does, is that Luna is telling Panini about her concerns about her husband being faithful in the marriage, and Panini is just like, no, don't even think about that. Don't even focus on that right now. Focus on you. Text messages later get revealed of Panini telling Luna's husband to leave Luna because she's no longer beautiful. I mean, she's basically doing everything that you would imagine the devil reincarnated would do. That is a personal opinion of mine. I will say she is one of the most hated women in all of Mexico, according to multiple articles and internet forums. And after Luna passes from cancer in 2017, Panini and Luna's ex-husband, they get married. I did a whole mots on this. I mean, it's the real life case of Marry My Husband, the K-drama. And Panini, Mrs. Panini, I guess, she saw it and went off on me on Instagram. I had to get it translated, okay? I'm gonna put the video of her going off on us, and it was a very interesting experience. So I thought, okay, that Panini chapter of mine is pressed. It's closed. We're not coming back to this, right? Panini tried to Panini press me. It was messy. I persevered. I'm Google translating articles about me where a lot of Spanish speaking mainstream media was like, there's this like random Korean girl that made Panini go viral in Korea. And I was like, I am American, but that's okay. She kept calling me the Korean. It was a whole thing. Okay? And our Spanish translator, I love you if you're watching this, she was like, yeah, that was kind of like bad, right? Well, there's another one. Huh? Like, excuse me? Yeah, she sends me this whole TikTok of a girl who runs into Panini. This is like a random netizen. She runs into Carla Panini and she takes a video with her and she asks her on the video, how do you feel about Angela Aguilar dethroning you? Panini says, look, Angela Aguilar is too young. She's lacking the experience.
Dethroning what's the throne?
Stealing a husband. Yeah. And I was like, what do you mean it's happening again? But it is happening again. At least that's what people online are saying. But you tell me, this is the new Carla Panini case. Or at least that's what people are saying. There is so much going on in this story, and one of the best ways to clear one's mind is to take your own pleasure into your own hands. Just listen. If you're above the age of 18, just listen, because there is nothing like having the clarity of a little self-care session. I feel like I could find out how to get to Jupiter before the aerospace engineers can figure it out right after I have a little self-care session. I'm like, I could honestly do anything in this world. In fact, I think I've been to Jupiter using BB Outlet. Today is a special, beautiful day because we are partnering with BB Outlet by Bellesa to make pleasure accessible for everyone. Make sure to keep listening and I will show you exactly Well, I'm not going to show you that. I will show you exactly how you can claim your free personal device as a part of BB Outlet and Mott's giveaway. B Boutique offers luxury pleasure products at luxury price points. I think it's a great gift if you guys are in relationships or even to spoil yourself, right? But Lessa gets it though, that these premium level products aren't necessarily accessible to everyone, which is why they've launched BB Outlet. BB Outlet features a massive catalog of all your favorite toys at a fraction of industry standard prices with the same high quality, body safe materials. BB Outlet's extremely cute and discreet. They have these quiet devices that are fantastic for personal play, but they can also be great additions to partnered experiences. There's one that's shaped like a little nail polish bottle. Do not be fooled. The Rose toy walked so that this little BB polish could run. The power on the suction device deserves a spot in your bedside drawer forever. It's mini, rechargeable, waterproof. It has 5 different speeds, all for $24.99. The next one is ergonomically my favorite. No aching hands or having to hold it in place because the BB Palm Pilot features a hand strap that fits perfectly in your palm. It's like a makeup sponge. You just have to keep your hand flat. No need to grip it, hold anything, because sometimes you can't. You gotta focus. Not only is it accessibly priced at $21.99, it's also accessible to people who may have limited hand dexterity or trouble with fine motor skills. I'm excited to share that in honor of embracing our bodies, prioritizing our pleasure, and if you're curious about exploring your own pleasure or looking to add some spark into your intimate life, BB Outlet and I are giving away free toys to absolutely everyone. Just click the link in my description box to claim your free vibrator. You won't regret it. And thank you, BB Outlet, for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into it. I do want to just do a quick disclaimer because I'm scared. I did try to gather as much information as I could from all the different perspectives, but most of the research for this was done by our Spanish-speaking researchers. I love them, okay? We tried our best, all of us, to leave our opinions out of it and just present you guys with the different netizen reactions. But as always, feel free to let us know if you felt something was mistranslated, miscommunicated, or if you have any additional information. Let us know in the comments. With that being said, let's get started. Christian Nodal. I'm gonna call him Christian, okay? He's kind of like the Bruno Mars of Mexico. I mean, I don't know if there's a one-size-fits-all comparison for anyone, but Christian is a Mexican artist that there's no way to really describe him. Really. I've never seen someone so fascinating. Scandal aside, his whole persona is interesting. He is a Mexican singer, songwriter, artist who has face tattoos, wears a cowboy hat, and then takes traditional regional mariachi music, Mexican music, regional music, and makes it so modern and consumable for the younger audience. And I say that with like the highest compliments that he is a fascinating person. I don't say that in a weird way. It's like fusion music and it's addicting. I don't speak Spanish. I don't know what this man is singing, but I am bopping. I'm having a good time. He's also really good live. I would say Bruno Mars, Billie Eilish, like Ariana Grande level. His voice is buttery. And his whole come up story is actually kind of wholesome. He lived with his grandparents and his mom has epilepsy. He was always alone. So he's like learning how to use these instruments. And then his grandfather taught him poetry. So he's musically talented. He knows poetry. He's very artistically strong. You know what? I'm going to call him Justin Bieber of Mexico. Because I do see that comparison a lot. I didn't know if I wanted to make the comparison, but I see netizens always say, like, if you need to understand him, the best comparison is Justin Bieber. Because he wrote his first song when he was 13. He did, I think, his first cover of a song, and he merged a very popular song into the mariachi style. That went viral. So I guess that's why the comparison is there. He's young. He's really talented. He goes viral and it's like a storm. He starts getting invited to all these interviews. That song, his first cover song, I think has like 1.5 billion views now. People actually credit him. In the Latin music world, they say that he is the person that made being Mexican cool again.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like, you know how K-pop is credited for like making Korean cool again, being Korean cool. Yeah, he's acknowledged by Harvard for his cultural impact. This is how big this guy is.
Wow. Now,
Angela Aguilar is another big figure in the music scene. She comes from this celebrity dynasty of musicians, actors, actresses. She's a Nepo baby times 2, a Nepo baby. Prior to all of this, most people didn't even really hate that about her though. She's a Nepo baby, but she's very well spoken and she's very hardworking. Her parents don't spoil her. They teach her the essence of hard work. She's very respectful and humble. And people thought, wow, and she's also kind of a good singer. Side note, her dad, this is all very important. Her dad is Pepe Aguilar. He's a 4-time Grammy winner. Her grandparents are super famous. Whoa. So the way that our Spanish researchers were trying to explain to me was like, you could meet anyone in Mexico and they at least know one person in the dynasty. So if you're like talking to an older grandmother, they're like, oh, I know her grandparents.
Wow.
So it's like everyone in Mexico has grown up with this family.
Right.
So her grandmother was one of the most successful singers. Her grandfather was an incredible actor. I think he was in over like 100 different films. People compare them to the Kardashians of Mexico, but I don't really think so. I will say the Aguilar family is relatively all across the board very well liked. The Kardashians are, regardless if you love them or hate them, they're very divisive, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Aguilars, people love them. People freaking love them. And it's not even just this family, like all their nieces, all their cousins, they're all in the industry somehow. It's just, okay, so Pepe Aguilar is known for his ranchera music and also his mariachi music. And Angela Aguilar is obviously influenced by her whole family being in the music industry. She ends up singing, getting a career, collaborating with the biggest artist at the time, Christian Nodal. They had a song in 2020. Their song translates to Tell Me How You Want It. And it's a really good song, by the way. It's like a cute song about a guy trying to win a girl over and she's not having it. She sings to him, I'll tell you right now, those sweet words alone aren't enough to win me over. I'm not one of those easy girls, which, you know what, kind of mean, but it's okay. You know, like those other girls I always see you with. And he's like singing to her, I'm not as bad as people say I am. For you, I'd do anything. So it's a good song. It ends up debuting number 89 at the Billboard Global 200 chart, which is crazy. I think Christian was 21 at the time and Angela was 17. This is in 2020.
Whoa, they're very young.
So young. So right now they're 21 and 25 now, but they've actually known each other since like 2018. So they've known each other for 2 years, released the song, and then recently, a few months ago, they're all over the news again. Okay, so they released the song in 2020. News everywhere. People are like, have you seen these two artists collabing? Like I think they were the first Mexican artists to debut so high in the Billboard 200 global. Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh my God, it's crazy. The buzz dies down. From 2020 to 2024, they would randomly kind of sing at each other's concerts here and there, but there's no news. It's nothing to be talked about, right? Mm-hmm. Until July 25th, 2024, just a few months ago, Christian and Angela get paparazzi'd outside of a wedding venue. And Angela is wearing white.
It's her wedding?
Because, I mean, why else would you... it would be very rude if not. It would be a different type of scandal if she showed up to somebody else's wedding in white.
Did it look like a wedding dress or?
It looked like a rehearsal pantsuit. Like she's getting, this is her event and she's doing the whole 9 yards here. The pictures and videos of them start circulating. Now, unless Angela was told by the bride to wear white that day, or she is the bride. And people are running with it. And they're like, this is crazy because not only is this Mexican music royalty, the Aguilar family, getting married, maybe, and she's quite young, she's 21, and Christian is 25. But aside from that, the two of them just announced they were dating a month ago.
Oh, okay.
So they announced they're dating a month before. So like June. Get caught in a wedding venue the next month. People are thinking, that is awfully quick. That doesn't even make sense. So the day after all this news goes viral, Christian and Angela both come online to confirm, you know what, guys? You're right. We did get married.
Whoa.
And this is the wedding of the year in Mexico. People are going crazy. Angela's dad, the music legend, is posting about it on Instagram. Everybody is talking about it. It is insane. There are rumors that Christian got Angela a ring that's valued at $3 million. The wedding pictures are stunning, but nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about the ring. Nobody cares about the pictures. Everyone just wants to know, hey, is the prenup real? There is a rumor that Pepe, Angela's dad, asked Christian to sign a prenup. That is not the craziest thing, considering her family seems to have generational wealth. But that's not the part of the prenup that people are going crazy over, which Again, I don't know if this is even true. It's probably just a rumor. But the rumor is Pepe had Christian sign a contract that says, 1, that in the first 3 years of marriage, if I cheat on your daughter, I will pay her $12 million in cash.
Wow.
Sometimes there are cheating clauses in prenups. There are. But this is wild. There's 12 million reasons why you might want him to kind of cheat on you. I'm just kidding, okay? But like one netizen comments, I'd be checking that phone every day. If that prenup is real, I'd be checking that phone I would probably download Hinge myself on that phone. I'd be tempting him all day. But others are more pessimistic about the whole thing, writing, the fact that the prenup only says first 3 years, like they know it's not going to work out.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
3 years?
Yeah. Another netizen comments, I know bro got that 12 million set aside. Which is crazy. Stop. Now again, I don't think this contract is real, but why are netizens so adamant that he's going to cheat on her? It might have to do with Christian's dating history and the fact that he might have left his girlfriend and the mother of his child to date and marry Angela, which is why they're now calling her Angela Panini. Because these two people are famous musicians, so the scale of this scandal is even larger than Panini's. Christian's first public dating relationship was with a fellow singer named Belinda. They were actually one of the most popular couples at the time. She is a beautiful Spanish Mexican singer and actress who started acting when she was 10. And it was a whole controversy because they started dating in 2020, the same year that the song came out with Angela. Yeah, I know, we're gonna come back to it. Remember Belinda, remember the timeline, because we're gonna come back to it. They started dating in 2020 and it was a bit of a controversy because she was 31 and he was 21 at the time. So they started dating after singing together at an awards show. And in 2021, they announced that they're getting engaged. Whoa. Multi-million-dollar ring. He's just spending 7-8 figures on jewelry right now. He's crazy. Okay. Shortly after they get engaged, Belinda starts showing up to events without her engagement ring. Now people are intrigued. They're just eyes on this. February 2022, Christian announces the whole breakup on Instagram. He says, to all my friends and family and all my fans, I want to share that Belinda and I have decided to end our engagement and our relationship. And it's like this whole PR statement of why we respect each other, but it's just not going to work out. And everybody's confused because they were always such a lovey-dovey couple, but it's not our business. They delete all their photos with each other. And that same year, Christian meets an Argentinian rapper named Kazoo. That's her stage name. Her real name is Julieta. She's actually collaborated with Bad Bunny and a bunch of other famous artists. She's really talented. I like her music. Kazoo and Christian get spotted out together 2022. Okay, so you gotta follow this timeline. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got
you just have to, right?
Belinda, then Kazoo.
Yes, and there are rumors that they're dating. They're spotted holding hands. Yes. Until November 2022, they become public. They go public. Now, of course, people, they think it's a little bit of drama because they're like, wait, I feel like you and Belinda just broke up and we were so attached to you guys and now you're dating Kazoo. But it's fine because they were just like they look like the perfect, the way it's described, goth vampire couple. They both have like that sultry, sexy look with the tattoos and like the dark hair and they just look hot.
Okay.
What do you mean, oof? So they announced their relationship November 2022. April 2023, Kazoo is performing for her tour. It's so good. She walks onto stage, full fur coat. April 2023. I'm like, April? Fur coat. She slowly takes it off and she asks the audience, don't you think I'm singing better? It's like, I feel like there are two of us singing now. And she's got a baby
Oh
bump.
my god.
Yeah, she's got this bump. She's pregnant. And Christian announces it at his own concert. And it's like the cutest moment. Christian's mom, who is basically his manager, that allegedly did not like his relationship with Belinda because of the age gap, is so excited to be a grandma. She's constantly posting about Kazoo, constantly posting about their family, all of this. She's just waiting until that baby is born. She's waiting for them to be parents. And it just seems like the perfect relationship. He even made a song titled... The translation is a play on words, casualties, but with Kazu's name, like casualties, right? It's a very romantic track of just how much he loves her. And some of the lyrics include, a night of passion leads to a life of desires. I may not be Romeo, but I want my Julieta, because that's her real name. And it's like really cute. Anyway. I mean, the rest of the lyrics are really romantic. He's saying things like, the sad part is when I wake up and she's only in my thoughts. If I'm smiling, it's because of you. You're better than what I thought I deserved. It's not even a song that's like, girly pop, you're so hot. It's dripping with love. That same month, Kazu gives birth to their baby girl, who they name after the god of sun, because the day Christian asked Kazu to be his girlfriend was the day of the summer solstice. It's actually very romantic anyway. And these two are going on these press tours talking about their little daughter, and both of them just have little hearts in their eyes, and they're so excited, and all the fans are going crazy until randomly people start posting these comments on Kazu's Instagram saying things like, your baby is beautiful, but it's so clear Christian doesn't love her.
Oh, I thought they were going to say, but clearly it doesn't like it.
No. But like saying that Christian doesn't love Kazu, which is like very rude. And a lot of netizens are fighting in the comments. Like, what compelled you to say that? Like, that is crazy to say in somebody's comments on their family photos.
Wait, when was that? When the kid was born?
Yeah, so around September 2023. He gets married to Angela July 2024. Timeline's getting crazy. Getting crazier and crazier and shorter, right? And then early 2024, Kazu starts deleting all of her Instagram pictures. And people are like, okay, this is either some sort of album promo or some shit's going down behind the scenes and it's all about to come out. Now, here's the thing with Christian. People either love this man and they love his music and they don't really care about his personal life. Or people are like, he's talented, but it is so clear he's a walking red flag. In fact, he does have red flags tattooed onto his nose. It's not the dating red flag. It's actually a really cool tattoo. But one comment reads, didn't you guys see the red flags? You can't say he didn't warn you. Yeah.
He has a red flag on his nose?
No, I think it's like a cultural thing. But
so it's a design.
It's a really cool design, but a little ironic. Once I read that netizen comment, I was like, wait a minute, that is interesting. Okay. Now the timelines are so close. People are so confused. They start deleting photos of each other. They announce a breakup, and then a few weeks later, he marries Angela. In 2024.
Whoa. So that came out of nowhere, the marriage?
Out of nowhere.
Okay.
Well, of nowhere. So people are really startled by this and they're confused. Was there cheating? Was there not cheating? Even if there is no cheating, I mean, Christian just had a daughter with Kazu. So what's going on? Netizens start digging up things and they feel like this whole thing is very alarming. In fact, there's this one clip that's going viral of Angela. She's literally fangirling over Kazu and Christian. She's seemingly extremely happy about the pregnancy news. A journalist comes up to her and is like, oh my God, Christian is going to be a dad. Yes, I've already sent him a message. I mean, not to Christian, to Kazu. I wrote it in a comment, but how beautiful. I was scrolling on TikTok and suddenly I saw a video of Kazu where she was showing her bump and I was like, oh, I'm going to be an auntie.
Huh. Okay.
But then they announce their breakup while Christian and Angela are soft launching their relationship. And now people are like, what the fuck's going on? And all the comments on Kazu's Instagram now read, you've already won. The red flags were always there with that narcissist. But you're winning, girl. We love you always. I love you without even knowing you in real life. You inspire me. You are the queen. Don't ever give up.
So nobody knows what's happening. All they see is like break up, married, like, and here's a baby. Like,
yeah, but this one, it's like, I think a lot of people feel a lot more sympathy for Kazu because even without knowing what happened, even without knowing if it was all mutually done, they have a child. She just gave birth a few months ago. So it's really rough. And also doesn't help that one day after announcing his breakup with Kazu, Christian invites Angela on stage at his show. And they're acting so intimate, just so smiley, so lovey-dovey. They're holding hands. They're hugging each other. Like, sir, it's been one day. It's been 24 hours.
Yes.
I don't even think it was a business day. I think it was the weekend. Not even a full business day.
That's crazy.
And then the day after that, Kazu unfollows Angela on Instagram. So now people are like, okay, things are ramping up. Things are getting crazy. And then there's these rumors circulating that Christian is refusing to pay child support to Kazu. So now the questions are, did he cheat on Kazu with Angela? Is he paying child support? What the happened? And people are side-eyeing Christian and Angela, and they decide they're going to do an interview.
Who?
Angela and Christian. They're like, people are getting mad at us, so I'm just going to tell you guys what's up.
Oh, that's bold.
I know, yeah.
That's bold, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it good?
I think if they had PR reps, which they probably did,
Yeah.
I think those PR reps are looking for new jobs. Let's just say that. So Angela tells the magazine for this exclusive interview, it's not a new relationship, it's the continuation of a story, which, by the way,
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, she says, says, it's not a new relationship. It's the continuation of a story that life made us pause so we could grow and miss each other. Did you get that? What the does that mean? What the it's a continuation of a story that life made us pause.
That means she's saying that they were dating before.
Yes. So people are like, okay, when could they have been dating? 2021, when they released that song full of chemistry, right? Or 2020. But that doesn't make sense because he was dating Belinda in 2020.
Right.
So now people are like, did he cheat on Belinda with Angela? And is that why they broke off their engagement? People are wondering.
But what if it was even before that?
Yeah, true. But she would have been a minor. Yeah, she would have been a minor
even
during the song.
Yeah. Wait, whoa, that's crazy.
But again, I'm not saying this is when they dated, when they didn't date, but like the timelines are so close because right after Belinda, he starts dating Kazu almost immediately after. So like, I don't know where this continuation of a story that was on pause would happen. And I also don't know what that means. I don't know if that means they were dating. I don't know if that means that they were just friends and then they lost touch. So she says, because when we let go, we returned even closer. It's all very strange. Now, the exclusive article for the magazine explained that the two are very much in love, more than ever, and that they're just full of plans for the future. They confirmed that the two started dating after Christian and Kazu broke up. So it's very evident that the journalist was emphasizing the fact that the two singers are both single when they got together. They keep pointing that out. They're like, hey, everyone, did you read this part? Because I'll tell you again. Maybe I'll put it in bold, but the editors won't let me. And they just wanted to reconnect after their professional encounter years ago. It's supposed to be a love story we're buying, but it's too late. Netizens hate them. Some netizens love them. Don't get me wrong. I think everybody has their different opinions and I'm going to go over them later, right? Now, the two try to continue to stop the hate. And I think this is where they mess up. I think sometimes when the hate is coming, you just gotta hide and not look. You gotta weather the storm, okay? But they don't. Christian limits his comments and he posts an Instagram justifying himself, and it ends up making everything so much worse. He does a video where he says, I know that many of you guys found out today that Angela and I are officially in a relationship. And since you love gossip, like, that's so crazy.
How did you know?
Yeah, but also, why am I catching a stray right now and making up stories out of respect for my ex-partner, my daughter, and my current partner? I wanted to give some context. Julieta Kazu is someone I love and will respect for my entire life. We are public figures, we're artists, but we aren't immune to life. Love doesn't always work out, and our time together ended in the best possible way. It was a love that gave us the most precious gift, the most beautiful thing we could have created together, which is Inti, my daughter, whom I will always love and care for. There were never any third parties in that relationship, no infidelity. Sometimes love just doesn't work, and now I find myself living a beautiful experience with a woman that I love, with a love that took so many years to reach this point, and we're enjoying it. I want to thank those who are happy for me. I'm enjoying my career, my life, my role as a father and as a partner. And thank you so much to those who understand. I love you very much. Thank you so much. People do not like that. The hate keeps coming. I will say they do get a lot of hate. Like, regardless of if you like them, don't like them, I don't think it's necessary to send hate. It's just very toxic. Anyway, Angela does another interview. This time she's talking about the hate she's getting. And she says, I am the daughter of Pepe Aguilar and the granddaughter of Flor Silvestre. And if they've shown me anything, is that you have to live your truth and sing your love. I've been very private because I've received a lot of criticism in the past, and also because that's how my parents lived their lives. They've been married for 27 years, and the only thing that's known about them is when they appear on the red carpet. People don't have to know my truth. I feel like if I explain it, I make myself guilty of something that I didn't even do. That's why I rarely defend myself. Moreover, I don't think I ever defend myself. Let people talk and say what they will. I know who I am, and the most important people in my life also know. So now people are like, okay, I'm getting confused because they're so confident. How can they be so confident if they did something wrong? I mean, netizens some of them are just, it doesn't matter if they cheated or not, just the fact that a child is involved and so closely to birth, they don't like it. Some are saying, you know what? Maybe we don't know the full story. Maybe they really weren't doing well, and then she got pregnant, and then, we don't know anything, right? And we don't know. It is a little rude that they're singing and flirting on stage so quickly after announcing a breakup, but it's fine. Some people were saying things like, honestly, I'm kind of happy for them. I've been waiting for them to get together since they released that song years ago. I could feel the chemistry through the screen. Other people were saying they look so happy together. Like, as much as I loved Kazu and Christian, they just look happier together. Which is like kind of crazy to say also. Yeah. Other people were saying like, you cannot stop what's meant for you. People are gonna hate and you can't control that. Just let love be. And people start feeling like maybe they were meant for each other. There's all these new TikToks coming about of like, maybe we were judging too quickly. Maybe they are the it love, the true love. Because in 2023, Angela sang this song called Inevitable. And everyone is now suspecting that it was about Christian. The lyrics read, it's inevitable for me to think about you so much, and you didn't love me, you just loved me for a while. Even if I feel silly, I must accept that I did imagine being able to be with you. Then people point to another song that Christian didn't release, but he sang a snippet of it. And it felt like they were talking to each other. The lyrics go, time has changed me and it wasn't planned. If I'm being honest with you, I was just scared. I've dreamed of you for so many nights. First came the sorrow and then the years. Then it came my fear of hurting you. At the end, we feel the same. So people are like sharing the side by side of it sounds like two people singing to each other. And they also show clips of her looking at him during the press tour of their 2020 song. She's just drinking water and staring at him while he is responding to the interviewer's question. And the comments read, it's always been her. Which I think is kind of crazy because she was a minor in this clip. So like, no, it hasn't been her at that point because she's a minor. But the comments continue, beautiful. And then here's a really crazy one, a toxic one. One commentator writes, he just let her grow a little.
Damn.
A bit. That is absolutely gnarly. That is like the craziest thing that you could say. People say it's always been her whether we like it or not. And then people are fighting in the comments like, okay, let's see how long, quote, it's always been her lasts. But right when some people are getting on board, Belinda.
The first one, right?
Belinda, yes, the first girlfriend, allegedly posts on Instagram, it has now since been deleted, a story. Sooner or later, everything falls under its own weight. Kind of like everything falls into place. Like
cryptic.
Yes, cryptic. While all of this is happening. So now people are like, okay, the timelines. They were dating in 2020 when they released their song. Angela said that they put their thing on pause, and then these songs of them writing about each other, maybe perhaps. So is it that Belinda and Christian were dating, he cheated on Belinda with Angela, and then got together with Kazu, and then cheated on her with Angela? That's what people thought. And then more goes down. just 2 days after the relationship is announced, where Christian
We're still at day 2?
yeah.
What?
Christian and Kazu break up, and Christian is like, okay, hi, I'm dating Angela. Christian's mother makes a post on Instagram wishing her daughter, Christian's sister, a happy 22nd birthday. And she posts all these compilations of pictures of the family, and guess who is included in those pictures?
Angela.
Kazu. Remember, those two are close. And in the description, she writes of the caption, let's remain happy. Sending love to every woman out there and to the woman in my family.
So the mom is like posting about the ex-girlfriend now.
Yes, and the mother of her grandchild.
Yes.
And I love his mom for that, because I just love stuff like that when, women support all women or whatever. But also the description, like the caption, sending love to every woman out there and to the woman in my family. It's kind of like, hey son, I'm very fucking disappointed in you.
Yeah.
It's just, just crazy.
But like nobody's saying anything.
No.
That's so interesting.
So the netizens are just going crazy by themselves. Like, we have a few exclusive interviews and we're kind of trying to piece together timelines and nothing is making sense. And the comments under that post, people are supporting the shit out of the mom and the shit out of Kazu. And people are saying, I love that Christian's mom is an excellent mother. And I love the fact that she's empathetic as a woman and as a family member and includes Kazu. And, the fact that Kazu is part of the family, she will always be a part of the family no matter what happens. It's beautiful. Then Angela does something that I think she probably regrets. She goes on to ABC. A, B, C, D, E.
B, C, D, E. Okay.
The journalist, the interviewer is like, I think there's been a lot of conversation about how you guys have found your way back to each other. One thing I haven't read, though, is the story in your own words. Angela responds, well, because everyone already makes up everything. Why do I have to say things? They're literally telenovelas about it. Then the journalist mentions a time where she met Angela in 2022 to talk about her music and says she felt like Angela might have been talking about her relationship with Christian, although it didn't feel, it just doesn't make any sense. Now, Angela doesn't confirm any of this timeline. She just says, it's crazy because since I got married, I've been writing heartbreak songs. I think I've written like 2 love songs. I'm just a sufferer at heart, but he knows I love him, so it's okay. So the interviewer is like, were you heartbroken then when you guys, like when we talked 2 years ago in 2022? And she says, I think I've always been very heartbroken. I think my heart has always been broken a lot since I was very little. And we're not talking about Christian. No, we're talking about life, girl. I think when you're in the industry very young, you have to mature really quickly and you expose yourself. For me, I exposed myself to things that I should have waited a little to do. So my heart was constantly getting broken, not by people, but by the illusions I had of people that surrounded me. Expectations. Exactly. I mean, of course, Christian broke my heart a while ago, but now it's together again. So what is the story? Well, it's not the one that the media is portraying, and I don't feel like right now, in this point in my life, I don't really feel like I have to explain anything to anyone.
So they're doing so many interviews, they're saying so much, but also not saying anything.
Yes.
But this makes them look a little more, even more guilty, right?
Like, why not do the interview?
No.
It's just a lot of deciphering. And she says, I think people are being villainized and I think people are being badly portrayed. I think that they're not putting our characters where they should be. They don't even know 5% of the story that they're trying to tell, but that's okay because that's what sells. And we're in an industry and this is where we're working. I signed up to be a singer, but I got all of this. It's part of it. The only thing is that the only parties in hand are together and united and we're all on the same page and no one's heart got broken. We have a clear consciousness. And I think that the fans, because they love us, are trying to protect us in many ways. But what everyone should know is we're all okay. We're all happy. We're adults. We know how to handle this situation. What you see on social media is not real. Which, side note, she's 21. She's very well spoken. But she continues, all the parties involved were okay with it. You know, they knew what was going on. She says, we just shared this with the public because we're public people, but it's not your relationship, you know, that's it. I'm just trying to enjoy my life. Essentially, Angela says in this relationship that Kazu and Christian had been broken up for months by the time that she and Christian got together. Nobody's heart was broken. Kazu knew about their relationship and was okay with it. The last week of October. Okay, a few months later. She does that interview.
This 2024?
Yes.
So very recent.
Like a month ago, okay?
Okay.
It's been very eventful. If Christian and Angela thought that they would be the only ones going around doing interviews, they were wrong. Because finally, months later, Kazu, Christian's mother of his child, finally decides to speak up about the breakup. She's only done like one very PR-friendly, breakup post, and that's it. And she goes in. Kazu is introduced to this podcast. It's on a podcast. She's introduced as the singer, the songwriter, and the whole interview was translated for me. It's a beautiful interview. She talks about her role as a mother and how scared she was, and she always felt guilty and judged for everything. And now she knows how to talk to other mothers and seek guidance, and she feels really good about where she's going. She also says, there's a limit for everything. And eventually, the conversation goes to the breakup with Christian. And this is the translation of what she says. She says, well, my limit of everything, a few months ago, I went through a breakup, which was very tumultuous and very public, that became kind of like a parallel universe. A lot was going on, and recently I've remained silent for all this time because I thought that was the right thing to do, because I'm like that. It's just how I am as a person. And recently, something happened that made me feel like I had reached my limit and that it was necessary, perhaps, for me to clear things up, or at least have a voice, to use my voice, which I use for so many other things, to tell my side of the story. Because I think that my integrity as a person was put on the line. It was said recently that I knew for a very long time about the relationship between these two people. That they started a relationship many months before it was exposed, and that I was informed about it, suggesting that I was part of this plan of sorts. So I feel like I have to deny all of that and say that that is a lie.
No. No.
She said she found out about their relationship just like everybody else did. Online.
So she found out the day after the divorce.
Their breakup. Yeah. She said,
oh my
what
goodness.
are you saying? And she said the gravity of these claims that they're coming from the mouths of one of the protagonists, it's just the rumors that are being spread from made up stories have deeply hurt my feelings.
So what they said was not true.
No. Early, she's saying it's not true, and netizens will break down the timeline because, people are sleuthing. People are like the FBI out here. It's crazy. She said, I just want to set my limits straight. I was not aware that they were in a relationship beforehand. When I was broken up with, it was for a different reason. And I asked him, are you seeing someone else? The answer was no. I found out about their relationship the same way everyone else found out about it, through media, social media and stuff. I was surprised, of course, because I knew her. I had shared some moments with her. So at first I thought, it's a rumor, it's not true, but it turns out it was true.
Wow.
Obviously, it was a surprise. I didn't say anything about it because I never felt like I had to. If someone doesn't want to be in a relationship with another person, there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I'm not going to ask someone who doesn't want to be a part of my life to be a part of my life. I simply accepted it. But then it became public and a lot was going on, and my feelings were talked about by someone who doesn't know me. So a lot of people were really upset about the fact that Angela was saying nobody's heart was broken. Because how can you speak for someone else?
Yeah. You're implying that she, she was cool with it.
And also it's like, it's one thing to say that about your family, but obviously this is a situation where it's very precarious. You're talking about the ex, girlfriend and mother of the child of the person that you're seeing, and they just broke up publicly. It's just, why are you speaking for them?
Yeah.
And a lot of people also think her age has to do with it.
Whose age?
Angela. Like, they're like,
she's very
little
young,
girl,
right?
Stay in your lane. Like, little girl, no man is worth it. Like, you don't know what is going on right now.
I wonder what the family thinks, because her family's so influential.
It seems like they're supporting. They actually took in Christian in 2018. The reason that Christian and Angela met was Pepe Aguilar brought in Christian for his tour. Which was a big deal because, yes, Christian was a star in his own right, but he was like this young boy who got viral. Pepe Aguilar is like, I mean, his name is, he's Pepe Aguilar.
Yeah.
So it was a very big deal. And it just seems like they support it. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. At least publicly, they support it. And Kazu is saying, I just didn't like that my feelings were talked about by someone who doesn't know me, who doesn't know what I went through. It was said that no hearts were broken and that no one was hurt. I was very hurt, and more than one heart was deeply broken. A lot of hearts were broken. It was a very painful process. I think that I acted very respectfully towards everyone, especially because I have a daughter who has a dad who will forever be her dad. But I think when things go past a certain line and limit, it is good to teach my daughter that she has to set boundaries. I never bothered anyone or had the intention of bothering anyone because of this new relationship. I not only respected it publicly, but in private as well. In my house, we have always respected others. Her dad visited my house twice. And it was always full of respect, and all the communication has always been based on respect. So I was expecting people to respect me as well because I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything to anyone. And just the worst part of all of this is that it's just a terrible, terrible lie. And she's saying, quote, I did not know. I mean, that means he was living a double life if they're saying that they were dating for months. I didn't know. I mean, who knows when they started dating then? If I was pregnant or had just given birth, I don't know.
This must blew up, right? The biggest news.
Yeah. So, and also, okay, so her main point of contention was the lying about the fact that she knew about it. Second part was talking about her feelings and saying nobody's heart was broken because she probably went through so much, and you're trying to be like, she's fine. That's so rude, right? And then the third thing is, she says, quote, her story is being intertwined with all of this. Angela said in the interview, we're all adults. We are not all adults. Kazu says, there is a baby, and that life is the most important thing that must be protected. She's saying, like, what do you mean we're all adults? Is like, we figured it out. We all, like, we're all mature. We're all adults. We all agreed. We all knew we're not heartbroken. Yes. And she's like, all of that is a lie. And there's a baby here involved in all of this that is going to be heartbroken.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so this podcast...
So is that why people start calling her the new Panini?
Yeah. Okay. So our researchers were telling me how in the beginning there were a lot of netizens that were calling her Angela Panini, but then also people were fighting back. Of like, you don't know what happened. Like, stay out of it. Just because you like one celebrity over the other, like you don't know these people in real life. And then this podcast, and everyone was like, oh my God, Panini. Oh my God. Panini. Yeah. So now people want to know the truth. They believe Kazu, but they need to verify, right? And sure enough, the dates in a lot of netizens' minds start adding up with Kazu's story. But also, like, why would she lie about something so painful and devastating? The comments on that video read, oh my God, I came for gossip. And instead, I got a lesson in self-love, dignity, and resilience. A woman with integrity. My total admiration goes to you. How strong. They also say, without speaking badly about anyone, without mentioning names, without speaking on their behalf, she focused on herself, her experience, her pain, and what she went through. What a class act. Yeah, people were very impressed, but they still want the evidence. So they start collecting it from everywhere. So there was this show. Christian goes on the show. The producers are like, hey, we have a video for you because this is your first Father's Day. This is like near the end of May. This is your first Father's Day. And, you know, Kazu has this beautiful message that she sent in, and we want to show it to you. So he watches the video, and Kazu is talking about how happy she is with her life and all of these beautiful things that are going on. She's saying things like, I'm sending you this message to wish you a very, very happy Father's Day. Your first one, so it's very special. I love you so much. We love you so much. Thank you for being an incredible man, for taking care of us, for loving us so much. And we just send you big hugs and kisses. We love you. And okay, in this, a few things to note. She's got these metallic silver nails. She also posted them end of April. She was like posting Instagram stories. So these nails probably last like 2 weeks before they start looking not that great, right? And celebrities are usually really good at maintaining their nails because they're always in the public eye. So just remember this. The nails are silver in the video. This is like end of April, beginning of May, she had these nails. So that means when she's filming this, they are together. She doesn't think that they're broken up because why else would she film this and send it and the producers want it? And then on top of that, the reaction from the reality show, a lot of netizens feel like it's of someone who is cheating but doesn't want to upset the other party. Because his reaction to this loving message from the mother of his child for Father's Day, he's just kind of like, it's weird that people wish me a happy Father's Day. You know, it's just like, you know, I guess I'm new to being a dad. It's just kind of weird. Yeah. It just looks like he wants this to be over. He has his hand on his chin. He's not even like smiling much, just like, So people are like, wait, this feels really strange. Now, May 10th, 2 days after Father's Day, Angela starts liking all of Christian's Instagram posts. Just like mass liking all of them. May 11th, Christian deletes all his Instagram posts with Kazu, his baby's mother and girlfriend, you know, and fans start speculating like, did they break up? Did they break up? We don't know. May 15th, Christian starts liking all of Angela's posts on Instagram, which he had never done until that day. And guys,
whoa, he's moving fast.
They haven't even
broken up
publicly.
Oh my goodness.
May 16th, there's breakup rumors. There's cheating rumors, obviously. And then Angela uploads a picture on Instagram where she's wearing this cross chain for the first time. And it's not Angela's style. Angela is like very into like she's always dressed very feminine. Very like ruffles, flowers, florals. Like I think that's her image. I don't know if that's what she gravitates towards or it's like a marketing image thing, right? But she's wearing this cross chain. So clearly Christians. Like people are like, I've seen that freaking necklace on him all the freaking time.
Wow. Like so they're so obvious.
Yes.
And they're like liking it, posting it. Very, very weird. Why would they do that?
I don't know. And then May 17th, one day after posting that video photo where she's wearing his chain, she posts a new video. And once again, she's wearing the same cross necklace. Now this time it's even more obvious to people that that's his chain and people start going nuts. May 23rd, a week later, Christian posts a story on Instagram announcing the breakup. So this is all before the breakup. They're doing all this before the breakup. He writes, it's a moment to share with you that Julieta and I have parted ways. Again, very PR-friendly breakup post. Kazu says something and it's very PR-friendly that day. One day after that breakup, Christian invites Angela to his show. They're very intimate. They're holding hands. May 30th, Christian and Angela are spotted together, like out and about. It looks like they're on a date or something. That day, Kazu unfollows Angela on Instagram. Because I think maybe the rumors were just like, she's like, oh, netizens are crazy, you know? And then she's like, wait a freaking minute. They're seen out together? That's crazy. We thought that they were just liking photos. And like, who knows? Maybe she has the same cross necklace. People are weird. But turns out they're out and about together. June 1st, Angela goes on stage with Christian. And it's just so obvious. It's just so obvious. June 10th, Angela and Christian confirm that they're dating. So they make it public less than a month after he announces his breakup with Kazu.
And then the wedding.
Yes. Is 1 month later after that.
Dang, what is going on?
Yeah, so people are analyzing the dates and mainly it falls on that Father's Day video with the nails. They're like, you couldn't have been broken up for months because that was May. You know, so she made that video in May. You announce your relationship in June. That's like 1 month. And then also Kazu saying that she didn't know about it. None of this is making sense. None of it. And also, you don't just start dating. So let's say they break up and Christian starts dating Angela. It would be really strange for them to just get married a month later. So now people are so confused by this. Now Christian comes out to defend his wife. Another miss. He does another video, but stop. There's one part where he says, I respect Julieta and I love Inti. Julieta is my wife. And everyone's like, your wife is Angela, sir. Hello?
Yeah. What is going on?
Yeah. People said, oh, okay. Even you're getting confused on your timeline, sir. Okay.
What did he say that? He's trying to say Juliana was my ex.
Or like, is the mother of my child or something. Like or maybe he was saying, I respect Julieta and Inti because that's the mother of my child. That's my child. But Angela is my wife. Maybe he was trying to say that. But at another point in the live, he says, let he that has not sinned cast the first stone. Huh? Sir, you're not really helping your situation right now. That sounds so guilty. That sounds like I'm bad, but like, so are you. So don't be mean. Now, the crazy part is people are suspecting that Christian has already started cheating on Angela. Yeah, I know. You're like doing the math. Okay, so they get married July 2024. And now people are saying, like, all of this drama is unfolding. And adding to that drama is people are saying, hey, he's cheating on Angela. These are all just straight up rumors. They could be perfectly happy. We don't know. But shortly after their wedding, people saw pictures of Christian with Angela's best friend, a woman named Monica, who attended their wedding. And according to trolls, Monica has had a crush on Christian before he married her best friend. I guess maybe she was like a fan or something, right? That rumor has no foundation, and the only thing that is driving people to spread it are pictures that Monica posted with Christian during the wedding party. So she probably took pictures with the bride and the groom, and people start claiming he looks happier with Monica, which is crazy. That is crazy. Some people are even saying Pepe Aguilar knew that Christian and Monica had some sort of chemistry. That's why he made Christian sign a prenuptial agreement about the cheating clause. One netizen even tweeted, Monica, karma in real life, karma in a person. There's a picture of Angela, Monica, and Christian, and Angela has her hand around Monica's waist, and people are pointing out it's to prevent her friend from touching her husband. It's like a whole thing. Guys, I'm all for a good conspiracy theory, but this one's a little bit crazy. It's just rumors at this point. We don't know. There's also a picture circulating that allegedly shows Christian kissing another woman who shared it on her Instagram. She claims that she is an old friend of Angela's, and she has a picture with Angela to prove it. And now Christian is cheating with all of Angela's friends, and some netizens are saying it's karma. We don't know if any of this is true. So now let's break it down. So there are multiple groups of people and their opinions now. You have some netizens where their overall sentiment is that they just want Angela and Christian to be happy. They also want Kazu to be happy, but they just want everyone to be happy. Nobody's mad at anybody. They're writing things like Angela Aguilar at her wedding with Christian Nodal wearing a vintage dress inspired by her grandmother. I mean, it's such a traditional style for special moments, and it's beautiful. Like, they're saying the Nodal Aguilar dynasty is going to begin. Others are saying, look, if something bad did happen, which it seems like it did because, Kazu didn't know, and then there was lying that was happening, but regardless, some netizens think the couple has received enough hate. Like, they think to a degree they paid for some of the consequences of what happened, and now let them live, let them love. Like, what do you want? What do you want? Them to break up? Them to be miserable? Them to hate themselves now? They're just kind of the amount of hate that they got, let's just keep it moving. If you don't support them, don't buy their music, don't buy their stuff, don't do anything. Is it really necessary to hate and flood their comment section with death threats? Which I do think is kind of a valid statement, but that's how some netizens feel. Others don't like Angela and Christian. They're saying, I'm not going to send you death threats. I'm not going to hate on you. They're saying that they're not good people and we don't want to support them. Then there are people who are just against Christian. They're saying, he met Angela when she was very young. I mean, they're 3 years apart, so it's not like the biggest age gap, but she was a minor. They met kind of on unequal footing is what some netizens believe. And they have a conspiracy that perhaps Christian told Angela, we're broken up. Me and Kazu are broken up. And that's why he reacted that way to the Father's Day message. And maybe he was trying to convince her, oh, it was all for the show. It's like a whole thing that the producers were doing because, we got to sell the relationship, blah, 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 blah. And she might, because why else would she go on this interview with ABC and say something that is so easily proven false?
That would be crazy.
Yeah, because some people are saying she did that because she knew Kazu wasn't going to talk because she hadn't spoken since. Like, they think it's that assumption. And some netizens are saying, no, maybe that's her truth. Like, maybe that's what she genuinely thinks. But then some netizens are arguing, even if she thinks that, still bad. They're saying, like, me as a person, morally, I'm not going to date someone who just had a kid with another woman, even if he's like, no, trust me, we just haven't, like, publicly broken up yet. So it's just all up in the air. One comment reads, Christian Nodal put a ring on Belinda's finger, had a daughter with Kazu, and is now married to Angela Aguilar. We are waiting to find out who he will be having his honeymoon with.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Another comment online reads, this guy left his daughter, who's still a baby, and the mother, almost right after she gave birth, to be with someone else because he has zero emotional responsibility. But I will say, regardless of which side people are on, they're all supporting Kazu, mainly. It's just, yeah, it's kind of sad, but also so admirable. Yeah. She is the epitome of grace and the way that she's handling it with so much elegance.
Yeah, and she didn't say anything
negative.
Right?
She never said anything negative. She only spoke very transparently about how she felt.
Yes.
And it was very based on her feelings and how she's healing and what she wants to do to teach her daughter how to navigate life.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really cute. Yeah, and really quick update. Kazu and her daughter were dressed up as butterflies for Halloween. So this is like around the time that the whole podcast came out and like the world went to shit. But it's like the cutest thing ever. And I hope that they can move on and live the happiest life. But also, speaking of Halloween this year, there's a picture that went viral of 3 random people, 2 women and 1 guy, hanging out, dressed up as Christian, Kazu, and Angela for Halloween. That has been how crazy this case has been. People are saying she is the new Carla Panini. Do you agree, or do you think... What are your thoughts? I will say, it's not as clear-cut as Carla Panini, because Carla Panini...
Yeah, Carla Panini was evil.
And like, she is fucking
Carla Panini,
crazy.
Yeah, Carla Panini wants the husband or ex-husband or whatever to abuse the ex-wife while she's laying on the hospital bed with cancer. It's crazy how messed up that is.
Yeah, and then just the way she speaks and just everything is... It's not as PR.
Yeah. With this one so far, at least, like, I feel like it's definitely suspicious and really messed up, but
I think I know what you're feeling, which is... Okay, with the Carla Panini case, it's such a sad end. It's like an infuriating end, right? It's like, I'm so upset. With this one, it's like, I just am so admiring Kazu. I don't know about anything else, but the way she's handling this and the fact that she's moving on and being happy, at least it's like a semblance of like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to get so riled up because we should just support her is the feeling.
Yeah.
And like, you can support whoever you want, but like, we should definitely support her, you know, for sure. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this? Is she the new Carla Panini? I don't know. That was a stressful time in my life. That was a weird time. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. And I hope you guys enjoy. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.